Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. So warm out today. I hope everybody's doing well and are ready for this spring weather. Hopefully the rain holds off. So we're gonna do, speaking of the weather, this kind of weather always sends me with a headache, I'm sure. Lots of you guys can relate. So we're going to do some head and neck stretches. We're going to do a few headache um, things, for lack of a better word. And I also have a new breath I want to do because I found in this class we didn't do a lot of breath work outside of that basic belly breath. So we're going to do a breath technique that's great for headache, stress, anxiety, all that stuff. Today I am sporting my Pastance from doTERRA. Anybody suffers like I do from headaches or migraines, it's awesome. I just wanted to share that because I had it with me before I started and then I kept it here. So let's get started. Maybe seated up on a block or a pillow. Maybe closing the eyes or lowering the gaze. And just starting to tune in to the breath. Maybe just noticing what the shoulders are doing right now. Sending some breath to the shoulders. If you feel like you're holding them, I know mine are feeling super tense right now. It's just imagining you're sending that breath to anywhere that feels like it's holding on, that you just need to let go of before we start to move. And then we're going to move into the breath technique I wanted to teach you. I like this one, and it's an easy one to teach even to kids. So I have taught this to my kids and some of my yoga kids. I call it box breath because it's just easy to imagine in your head drawing a box with your breath. So a box, a square, we're thinking equal sides. So we want equal inhales and exhales. So we're imagining that we're drawing a box. So inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. So I find the visual of the box is a nice mindful technique that you can do as you're breathing to keep your mind focused on the task, on the breath work. And then the other idea behind the box is, like I said, making those equal sides with your inhale and exhale. So what I want you to do with that idea of a box breath is to build a wall out of 6 blocks, 6 boxes. So we're going to repeat that box breath 6 times as we visualize building one box breath at a time. 6 in total. We're controlling the length of the inhales and the exhales to match create equal size. because we'll all be at different paces building this box wall. Whenever you have completed your 6, you can just start to take the head and neck in circles. You're still working on your 6 boxes. Keep going. When you're ready, you can make your circles the other way. We just started. One side, then the other. And then coming back center when you're ready. We're going to do another little neck stretch. We worked on it a couple weeks ago, so we're just dropping the left ear to the left shoulder. And then we're looking up to the ceiling. So we're just kind of looking down to the shoulder and then looking up on the angle. Good. And then coming back to center, we'll drop the head the other side to start, letting it fall. And then looking up to the corner, the ceiling, and then looking down towards the shoulder. Good. And then coming back to center. I'm just going to take my thumb and pointer finger to my earlobes. We're just going to rub from the earlobes all the way up to the top and then right down behind the earlobe where you get that jaw. So just a little quick self-massage. This is a good one for any headaches you may get and also for any tension that builds up in that jaw area. Good. And then we're just going to pull down through the front. So these muscles that run all the way down the front of the neck into the chest. And then the same thing on the other side. Just kind of dragging the hand down. Scaling, so right from the jaw all the way down and tilting the head up. Beautiful. Bringing the hands together, interlacing the fingers, drawing the knuckles out, bringing the belly in and dropping the chin. Good. Coming all the way back up, keeping the hands interlaced. We bring the hands right to the base of the skull and just let the weight of the head fall in. Beautiful. And then letting the head come forward, letting the weight of the arms and the hands get a nice deep stretch in to the shoulders. And then as we come back up, we'll do a little paddling out of the elbows, starting to wake up the rib cage and the spine. And then reversing, backstroke. Good. And then releasing all the way down. We'll let the left hand come down to the mat as we send the right arm all the way over. And then switching to the other side. You can always add a shake of the head. And then just flowing from side to side at your own pace, really feeling that nice opening between the rib and the hip on either side. Good, and then coming back to the center. Let's bring those feet out if they're not already. Bring the hands in behind and we'll windshield wiper out the legs. And then letting the knees fall to one side, taking the head the opposite way, bringing out the spine. And the same thing on the other side. Beautiful. Coming back to center, letting the legs come out straight. We'll point the toes up. We'll sit nice and tall as we bring the belly in to support the spine. Bring the palms down on our sides into staff pose. And then when you're ready, sweeping the arms all the way up overhead, lifting that box up and over to place on the shelf as we come down into a little forward bend. Good, and then releasing ourselves back up. Good, bringing the soles of the feet together into our cobbler pose, butterfly pose. And to start, we'll sit up nice and tall. Again, bringing the belly in to support the spine. Grabbing the toes or the shins. And then just letting the upper body melt over the legs. So here you may move the hands and elbows to the thighs. And we let the back round and we let the weight of the head fall forward. And while you are down here, what I want you to do is draw one box with the box breath. And after you've completed that breath, just letting the legs come back out to center, giving them a little shake. And then we will swing around on to all fours. So coming into table pose to start, we'll come right into cat-cow. Here's another great exercise for those headaches as we come into the cow and we just let the belly drop, lifting the head, and then on the cat, maybe adding some little head shakes. So you can pause when you need to and just nodding yes, shaking no, and then carry on back to your cow. Good, and from here what we're going to do is we're going to come down onto our elbows and forearms, and we're just going to take, so you might want to spread a little wider, but we're just going to take the crown of the head right down to the mat. Putting a little bit of pressure on the top of the head, also getting a nice stretch to the back of the neck. Beautiful. And then peeling back into your child's pose, forehead coming down onto the mat. You can be an extended child's pose here, or you can draw the hands back towards the feet. And then we're just going to roll the forehead along the mat. So just rolling the head from side to side. Perfect. And then just drawing with the backs of your fingers, just drawing the hands all the way back up to the front of your yoga mat, so extended child's pose. You're going to walk the hands to the right side of the mat and place the left hand on top of the right. And then walking them to the other side, right hand comes on top of left. And then walking them back to the center before we move back up into our table pose. Good stuff. From here, we're going to step the right foot up between the hands. So you can leave the knee down. You can even curl the toe. But what I want you to do is reach out to the front of the mat and then just pick up an imaginary beach ball or a block. And we're going to come into crescent pose. And I'm just going to push my thumbs up. So we're picking up and then bringing the hands overhead. So you're trying to make this little arch shape from the knee to the hands. Good. And then we'll bring the hands back down onto the thigh. Right hand on right leg. Left hand on the hip as we peel ourselves open for a little open twist. Good. Coming back to center, either bringing the left hand down to the mat or to your block. We're going to take a twist to the other side. Beautiful. Hand comes back to the mat. I'm just going to slide that right foot back to join the left. Curl the toes under, peel the hips up into our down dog. Pedal it out. Pressing the heels down, feel that stretch in the back of the legs. And here again, if you've got the headache like I do from this weather, just let that head get really heavy, maybe shaking or nodding. To release anything that's holding there. And then we're just going to drop the knees back down into our table before we step up with the left foot. Coming right in between the hands. We're going to reach out with that imaginary beach ball as we take it all the way up. Crescent lunge. Beautiful. Bringing the hands back down to the knee. And then taking the left arm onto that thigh and taking the right hand to the hip. Peeling it open. Good. Back to center. Right hand comes to mat or block. Left hand goes up to the ceiling. If you want to add more here, you can always curl those toes under and pop that back knee off the mat. Beautiful. Hand comes back to mat, coming out of our little twist. We're going to slide the leg back to down dog, and this time let's just come into stillness, pressing through the heels, taking a few nice belly breaths. And then dropping one knee, then the other. Beautiful. Coming to sit on the heels if that's manageable for you. Otherwise, coming right down to the seat. We're just going to roll the shoulders up and back here. We're going to slide the hands behind as we interlace the fingers. Draw the knuckles down and open up to the chest. And then the option here is to come down into our yoga mudra, which is coming all the way down. Forehead down to the mat, hands up and behind. Obviously, if that's not in your practice, just bring the hands down to the lower back or down to the mat. Or back up into your extended child's pose. When you're ready, tuck the chin to peel yourself back up nice and slowly. I'm going to stay seated on my heels, but feel free to come back down into easy pose with the legs crossed. I'm just going to take the left arm across the chest. I'm going to plant that shoulder down, so take it back down into its socket if it's risen up towards the ear. And then I'm going to turn my head to face the opposite way of the hand. Lots of neck stretches here. Good. And same thing on the other side. Taking the arm across, and the shoulder back down if it's prepped up. And then turning my head to the other side. Beautiful. And you can release out of that. I invite you to come into whatever resting pose you choose, whether it's laying on the back or coming into a meditation pose or coming to back against the wall or legs up the wall, whatever you choose. Once you find yourself set up, I want you to do before you allow yourself to drift off into your Shavasana, I want you to do 3 box breaths. Whether you're seated or laying down, just drawing those 3 boxes in front of you with the breath. Equal sides. And after you've completed your breath, I invite you to release, to relax, to feel the body get heavy. To feel the breath now just come and go as it pleases. And to know that where you are right now is exactly where you need to be. You can wiggle your fingers. You can wiggle your toes. You can start to move and shift in any way that feels good for you. We slowly bring ourselves back to the room. I want to thank you all for joining me this past session. Sticking there with me with all the craziness. The kids are actually home today, so this is like amazing. We're getting to a point where I can teach and they don't come down. But they'll be here soon. So I say to you all, may you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be whole. Namaste, everybody. I will see some of you in a couple weeks. And I'm sure I'll see you all again soon, regardless. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.